Page 8, Bowing on D. Boys and girls, before we begin playing with the bow, the exercises on this page, let's go over the symbols to make sure that we know what they mean. The last lesson we had the down bow symbol, which is really like the outline of your frog. It tells me to start the note by the frog and pull down to the tip. The V right here means up bow. It is the outline of your tip. Okay, the bow moves in two directions, down bow and up bow. Let's take a look at the beginning of bowing on D. The very first symbol that you see there is called a treble clef. And if you turn to page 10 and go to the bottom of page 10 in your book, you will see there's a little box there with music symbols. The very first one is treble clef. Okay, that's what that's called. That's very important that you see a treble clef in your music, because the viola and the cello, which are also stringed instruments, and the bass, they use a different clef. The viola uses an alto clef. It looks very different. And the bass and cello use a bass clef, which again looks very different, and it does affect what the notes look like on the page and what they're called. So it's very important that you have a treble clef. You are playing violin. The other symbol that you have there is that you have what looks like a fraction, 4/4. In music we call this a time signature. And right now we are very concerned with the top number. The top number always tells me how many beats we have in a measure. A measure is a group of notes that is separated by a black vertical line, a line that goes up and down. Now I want you to think back to page 5. You can even turn back to page 5 and go to your vitamin D song, where we plucked in groups of 4s. There was a space in between every 4 letters or every 4 notes. And that was a measure of music. That's how your music is grouped right now. So let's go back now to page 8. And I want you to notice that instead of the space in between the notes, we have a black line that goes up and down, a black vertical line. That is a bar line or a measure line. And this creates a group of notes, because now anything inside 2 black bar lines is called a measure of music. Your very first measure usually has your treble clef going up to your first vertical line. That is your first measure. Okay? Within that measure, the time signature, the top number, the 4 is telling me there have to be 4 beats in every measure. Okay? That is a rule for this exercise, for this song. Okay? So your answer box for every piece of music that you have will be at the very beginning. It will be your treble clef, and that will be followed either with a key signature. We always have a key signature and a time signature. Okay? Right now, we have our time signature is 4 beats in a measure. That's what that top number tells me. And I am playing in groups of 4s. Now, if every measure of music there has to add up to 4, and there are 4 notes there, how much is each note going to be worth? 4 notes have to add up to 4 beats, boys and girls. So each note will be worth 1 count. 1 count each. If you look at page 10, once again, at the bottom where your music symbols are, you will find that a black note with a stem is called a quarter note, and a quarter note receives 1 count. Alrighty? So we're going to start with that right now. We are now going to lift up our instrument. I've already tightened my bow. I'm ready. And we are going to play bowing on D. So lift up your instrument. Boys and girls, we are going to play this exercise twice. I'll demonstrate it for you once, and then I will bring you in. And then when we play it together, let's do it twice. Okay, so I'm going to do it once by myself. I'm going to place my bow on the D string. Okay, all the notes are on the D string. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Please join me now. Let's go to the beginning. We are on the second string. Remember, good dogs always eat. We are on the D string. Place your bow on the D string. Now, if your bow hits another string, just tilt it right back. Fix it so that it's on the D string, boys and girls. It's really a matter of tilting it either to the right or to the left if you get off track. Let's try it together, bowing on D. We will do this twice. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. and they each get one beat. Happy practicing.